history. It was a nemesis of mine last year when I couldn't
My name is Chloe Jones, I'm 19 and I ride for Silverstone in the BSB paddock. When I was around 12, 13, I used to go racing with my dad. He used to go mechanic for my dad's friend and I just wanted to go all the time. He always gave me a lift on the back of his bike and from then I really just wanted to have my own bike. I didn't really know much of the sport and I didn't know you could get little mini bikes until he went to British mini bikes for a little play around. We saw this tiny little mini motor and I just wanted to have a go. My mum and dad bought me one thinking that I'd crashed once and never want to do it again, but I crashed 4 or 5 times on my first go and got back on and just kept wanting to do it. From there I went to the pit bikes in the British Mini Bike Championships and then I went into the TRF class at 14 where I was racing against grown men at 30, 40 years old. For most people, when you first start out, they start on the pit bikes like I did. Many younger riders go from that and majority of the riders in British mini bikes, and there's another championship called Fab Racing and most of the kids are here now. They're all from that championship too, so I think the mini motos and the pit bikes are just a really good step. They teach you a lot, like rider craft, like anything like that. Even the BSB riders now, they're like 30 years old and they're still going on the pit bikes just for a little play around, so it definitely gives you a bit of fun and also keeps your bike fit as well. Although I race throughout the summer, you also need to keep fit during the summer and through winter as well. So throughout the winter we try to go out on the pit bikes as much as we can. Obviously the weather depending, because obviously it's really cold and icy here in the UK, but we do testing in Spain. Like this year we went out to Spain last month and we did a lot of testing where we test new parts. It definitely helps to get all that winter training, which you need to be here, especially if you're at the top level, the national level, the highest you can be here. Although it's a physical sport, the other side as well, the mental side, is quite hard as well. You're always, as a racer, trying to be the best you can be, and you also put so much pressure on yourself, what you don't actually need, and you like your family around you telling you to stop putting the pressure on yourself. But as a rider, you want to be the best, the fastest, and just want to be first all the time. So you're putting that initial pressure on yourself where you're feeling like you're not good enough and you're coming 10th and you're like, no, I want to be first. But at the end of the day, you need to sit back and you have to analyse how you're going to do it, what you're going to do to improve, and you need to just relax really. I know it's easy to say, but like for myself, I struggle with it. I'm always putting so much pressure on myself when I don't need to be. Although racing is hard, I have my family, my supporters, my sponsors and all my friends and family come as well. Also my team this year are very supportive and they'll help throughout it all. You always have them by your side, so it's kind of like a family run team. It's all like a community. We obviously have our racing friends and family, but it's just like we have our own family at home and then we also have our own little family here too.
In motorsport, it is money orientated. These guys and girls are all within tenths of each other. You've got children that are racing every day, that are on bikes every day, that are not in college, they're not at university, they're not working, they've got the financial backing, that are on a bike every day. And they're racing against racers that have to work a 9-to-5 job, have to get their money together, are struggling to get sponsorship, maybe go on a track day once every couple of months, and they're still battling at the same level. It's not an even playing field, and all we can do as families, we do it because it's a passion, we do it because it's our children, we do it because it's their passion. Everything they learn through racing, sportsmanship, you know, being able to talk to individuals, you know, their life skills that they gain in the sport will be with them throughout their whole life. But to move on and to get to the next level, it's the money. It's the money that stops pretty much every talented rider, and you see it over and over again with talented riders that you just think, yeah, they're going to be the next best thing, and then all of a sudden they're not on British Superbikes.
The sport is just so expensive to run. Like a weekend is costing us thousands of pounds, and like as a family run team really, we've done it all by ourselves for most of it, and then my sponsors this year have stepped up, and honestly without them we wouldn't be able to do it. Say for example we go to a race weekend, it costs like thousands of pounds, like £300 tyres, like we get 2 free sets, fuel, of course the entry fees, and just everything that builds up it's obviously really expensive. Every time I wake up in the morning at 6 o'clock I'm like I'm just getting the money for racing, I just need the money for racing like every time. But like if I didn't work, or my mum and dad didn't put money towards it as well, and I didn't have all my good sponsors that pay some of it as well, I wouldn't be able to do it without all of that.
Every team wants a good rider, and if you're all riding within tenths of each other and these riders have got the right mentality, the right work ethic, the right approach to racing, and they've got equally skill levels as others, then yes, the only thing it comes down to is the financial budget that you're bringing to that team.
Although British Superbikes is dominated by a lot of male riders, there's a lot more female riders in it now. So when I first started, there was only me really in it, but now there's got a couple more girls coming in now. For example, in my class, I think there's 4, 5, even 6 of us now. So it's nice to have that support as well, where it's like not just males that are in my class. To be honest, I don't really see a difference. Everybody's a racer in the class and we're here to ride, no matter if we're a girl or boy. This weekend we're at round 1 of the British Superbikes at Silverstone here. I've had my test day today and I'm really looking forward to the next 3 days where I've got practice, qualifying and a couple of races. For days like today, this is a Thursday test for instance, we tested a lot of things today, but it's kind of good that we did have this Thursday test day ready for the weekend because we had a little bit of problems today with the bike. Got all the problems out of the way today, and hopefully for the next weekend we can just get everything running smooth and I can be up there, have fun, enjoy it and have no problems. During a race weekend, I try not to think about too much about it all. I try just get on the grid and just go from there really. Of course, when you come in after a session, you analyse what you've done wrong, what you've done right and how you can improve for the next session. But I just try not to think about it too much, or I just wind myself up about it and then, like, as I say, build up the pressure, which is not needed until I get on the grid. And then I'll think about it all then, and when I'm sat on the grid, I have all the nerves, I feel like I have a lot of pressure on me, which I don't. But it just all builds up in your head thinking what you can do, how you're going to do it, what's going to happen here, what's going to happen there. But you have to just try not to put the pressure on yourself and just enjoy it really. When I come back in from a practice, qualifying or a race, my team always sit me down and do a track map with me. We analyse all the data and see where I've gone wrong and where I've gone right. We also compare the times with my teammates so we can see where they're better than me or I'm better than them. And it helps us really understand where we can improve for the next session.
Are you struggling to keep a line through that?
Yeah.
Yeah? You feel like
I keep
you're
running
going out
wide.
too wide?
Yeah.
Okay.
They help out massively, and when I'm looking back through them I think, oh, I could have done that so much better. My teammate, for instance, this time maybe braked a little bit later than me and got a better run coming out the corner onto the back straight, so it gave him a bit more straight power down the start line. So it definitely helps a lot and we could definitely improve on it. After a busy day like today, I do a track walk, go for a track map with my team, just so I'm in the mindset for tomorrow. I'm ready and I know everything that I need to improve on and work on for tomorrow. I'm hoping to really be at the top end, the sharp end, and have some good battles with some of my other fellow riders, and hopefully I get on that podium. So yesterday we had free practice and qualifying. The free practice went very well. We did a couple of laps. Me and my teammates worked together and got a good race pace really. We were just having fun and just enjoying the laps. I ended at session P5. We then went into qualifying in the afternoon. I started off strong. I was doing laps by myself, and at the end of the session, I ended up 6th, 0.3 off, so it wasn't that far off, which I'm happy about, but I ended it with a small crash, but the team and all my helpers have fixed it and ready to go for today. Before a race, I'll get my track map out, I'll have my energy drink or whatever I have before I go out, a banana or something that will give me a bit of energy. Obviously there's a lot of motions and a lot of everything's on your head and you're just trying to think of how you can win basically. And then we get onto the grid and then the nerves just build up even more. So my mum doesn't even watch the start because she doesn't like it. So I think she gets more scared than I do. I just try, talk to my team, just try to have a drink, just try relax. The more that you get yourself wound up about it, your start will just be rubbish and you'll have to build up from the race. So all you have to think of is what you're going to do in the race and how you're going to save from the session before, how you're going to improve.
I've watched one race start in the 6-7 years, I can't think how long it's been now, it's gone that quick. I've only ever watched one race start and she wheeled off the line and I refuse to watch one ever since. So everyone laughs at me in pit lane. I will be stood with my back to pit lane till the start's done. As soon as I hear them go around that first corner, then I'll turn around and go up to pit wall. Never ever watched them, I can't. My heart goes 10 to a dozen, I feel sick. But once she's got around that first corner, because they all kind of bunch up, so that's the nervous part of it. She had a crash on the start 2 years ago and it was the worst thing ever. To hear everyone go, oh it's Chloe, and you suddenly go running up, they won't let you on track, you have to wait until they open that gate until you can see what's going on. It's absolutely horrible.
Quite lucky that I haven't had many big crashes or broken many bones, but I broke my collarbone, took all my levers off. I said to the scrutineer and people that I'm fine, and I just wanted to get out for the next race so they can just scrutineer all my stuff. And then as soon as I took my helmet off, my collarbone just felt really weird, and it was just hurting from then. And then, yeah, so that's definitely probably the worst one I've ever had. I'm touch wood, I'm lucky that I haven't had many big crashes, but hopefully keep it that way. Today's race didn't really go to plan. We had to wait till 5:30 to actually get out. I got a good start actually, my first start on the 400. I was up to P4, battling 4th, 5th, the front 2, 3 were literally just in front of us, so it was a massive pack. I think at the start it was 20 of us, so I felt good. And then I had a little technical fault coming onto the straight and I lost the group, and then that was pretty much my race over from there. I caught them back up, but run out of laps. So I finished P13 today. Not the best, but at least we got a race tomorrow that we can redeem ourselves. When I get going, I'm like, oh, okay, so here I have to brake here I'm putting on the throttle, here I'm turning in, and just little key things like that you can gain so much temps. I have a tutor, which is Andy Ibbott. He helps riders, he helped Valentino Rossi at some point, so now he's teaching me. Always thinking as well, it's mentally hard as well. Where am I turning in? Where am I? Wherever. But it's always you've got something on your mind to do something for the next corner.
Oh, that's great! Oh, I think Big got it! Big got it! Oh, on the line! Oh. Come on, girl! Come on!
My big fear is the disappointment in my daughter's face. When she comes in, if something's gone wrong, a mechanical failure or something, or somebody's, there's been an accident, she's been taken out, or it's her disappointment. And I think that's the same for every parent. All we want to see is that smile on your kid's face when they come in to go yes, whether they're in 30th position or first position. They just want to see that their kids have come in and succeeded and loved it, and that passion for the sport is there again.
Race 2 was a bit of a difficult race. I got stuck in the second pack and it was just manic from there. I got hit left, right, centre. We lost the front group really, and just from there it was just a tough race. I got to the front a few times, but because of the track it's just natural, just a slipstream, and I just lost out because of that. I did enjoy it, but no, next time I look forward to Donington Park, where it's a bit of a track where it's less straights and a bit more corners that I like, so I'm looking forward to that.
We're here from March till October. We spend more time at the racetrack than anywhere else. You know, we miss birthdays, we miss weddings, we miss all sorts, but we wouldn't change it. Chloe absolutely loves it.
It's nothing like anyone thinks. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of yeah. You don't have much social time, but it's worth it if you're into it. I think it's like a drug really. You get addicted to coming and going fast and racing. I think it's yeah, if you've not been here, you've not done it, it's hard to explain because effectively you're going around in circles, but yeah.
It's like a family sport to us, we all love it. My sisters have their own friends, I have my friends, and my mum and dad will go off with the adults in the evening, have a few drinks or whatever, and like they enjoy their bit while me and my friends and my sister's friends are all hanging around and enjoying the track. So we all see it as like we have a second family, like it's all like a family community and everybody will be there to help anyone, so that's what we really like about the paddock as well.
You know, if you see someone new, we're more than happy to go and have a chat with them, help them and stand on pit wall, tell them the rules and regs before the marshals come and shout at you, you know. Everyone helps everyone, honestly, it's a big community, it's amazing.
You got to remember the races in this paddock have pretty much all grown up together. They've all gone through mini bikes, they've all gone through pit bikes, they've all gone through potentially club racing. So either they've raced together, they've practiced together, been on track days together. We are one big village that goes round the whole country.
You go racing as a family, you go racing as a community, like everybody's there to help everybody, and if you ever like needed help to get into the sport or like needed any sort of advice, it's kind of like, oh, they're going to help me, which you wouldn't really think because they're racing against you, so you're thinking, oh, they're not going to help me or whatever. But no, it's a nice community, everybody gets on, well, most people get on with everyone, but no, it is nice to be in. I just hope that I can win a couple of races this year. Really this year, well from last year I just want to have fun this year and just enjoy it. Last year wasn't really the best, but this year I just hope to have fun and like for my whole family to enjoy it again and myself just have fun and just hopefully win some races and be on the podium.